Hey guys, it's John. Welcome back to the farm. We have got some hot days that we've been going through and some more coming up. So we've been working our tails off to make sure all these animals are cool. So we're gonna walk around and show you some of the things we've done. First stop here, we're gonna go into the brooder, and it's almost at a temperature. These chicks are just 2 weeks old. I've turned their heat lamps off. You can see we've got the doors open all the way through. We get a good draft through here. I've almost decided to put these ones out, but we've lost a few of these and I'm not quite sure I want to take that risk. It is getting down into the 60s at night. Like I said, they're 2 weeks old, so they are not fully feathered out yet. So I'm gonna keep these in here maybe another week just to make sure they have the best option. But these are the new chicks. Just came this week. Oh, actually last week. They are just about a week old, and I've got a temperature gauge in there, making sure. We had lost a few in the brooder, more than I would like, so I wanted to make sure my temperature was correct. I've got my temperature at 93 right now. It's supposed to be about 95-ish for that first week, and these chicks are doing fantastic. So during the day, we probably could, let me get this top back down. We probably could get these chickens outside because it is warm outside. And I've had to do some things to keep the chicks outside, or the chickens outside, cool as well. Let's check that out. Nectarine tree is still loaded down. Looking forward to being able to harvest these. So believe it or not, we have processed over 500 birds. We are just about halfway through our season, and we've got 4 tractors out here. That is the tractor that got destroyed in the storm. We forgot to stake down. This tractor's empty, and this tractor's empty. We've only got one group outside, and if you guys remember, we covered this on 2 sides and just left the ends open. Well, today we came out and we took the tarp and we folded it just about halfway up, just so there can be a cross breeze that goes through there as well. Normally, front and back is good and we're getting a good breeze, but as hot as it's been, I wanted to open it up just in case that wind is not blowing from the front and to the back. So these chickens are 6 weeks old. They will be ready to be processed in 2 weeks, and they are doing fantastic. It's been in the 90s, and I know that is not hot for a lot of areas. A lot of areas are hotter, but it is hot for us and hot for these birds. But with the shade and the breeze, I left them up like this because I didn't want the sun to shine in, because a lot of times it's coming in through that side, and I wanted them to still have shade, but I also wanted them to have a nice cross draft. So anyway, that is how we're keeping the chickens cool. We got the barn open over there in the brooder, some of the lights turned off, and we've got plenty of air and wind to go through here. That's a good thing when it's hot. Normally, not always, we've got a breeze. So chickens are doing good. We are halfway through our season, which to me is crazy. I guess maybe we're just getting more efficient at doing the chickens, and it hasn't seemed so bad, but we've sold a bunch of chicken, we've processed a bunch of chicken, and halfway through our season already. That's not bad. So let's go check out these pigs. We did wean another mama from her piglets. We'll go check her out first, and then we're gonna run around and check out all the things we've done to help keep these pigs cool in the warmer temperatures. All right, we're back over here where we've brought the weaned sows, and they are doing well. And we just brought Barb over. Let me tell you, the difference from this side, my mother-in-law's side of the farm, to our side as far as temperature is at least 10 degrees. It is a much nicer over here. You can see she's got all the trees. There's the donkeys, Marine and Leroy. And so I don't feel we need as much over here. Obviously they need something. We've got 2 pools for them. They can get in the pools. We've got their water, and that way they have an area to cool down. But just being in the shade here is so much better. So Jamie and I just brought Barb over this evening before we did feed, and so she is going to be drying up. Her milk is going to be drying up here in the next couple days. Delilah, the smallest pig in the bunch, seems to be the boss, so she'll chase her around for a couple days and then they will all get along. But just the difference from this side of the farm to our side of the farm is huge. Obviously, no trees. We're in basically full sun all day. As it gets down to this time during the evening, the sun is setting over here, and so we do get some shade on our side. These chickens, the Australorps, also the Bielefelders and the sex links, all have shade throughout the day, so they are fine. We just need to make sure they have fresh water. And that's the same with these young gilts over here. Once the mamas get their figures back, we're going to put all the mamas back in with the gilts, and it'll probably be time to move them back into the woods over there. So we do have a pool and some water over here for them, but you can see they've got a bunch of shade, and so they are good. So usually the areas where we can't get hoses or that have a lot of shade, we'll use the pools. And I know there's controversy between if a pool will work or if they need a wallow. We've used pools ever since we've had these pigs, mostly because we didn't want to put big old wallows because we didn't know where pigs would be. But now we've started digging wallows. Wallows are the best, but if all you want to do is the pools, and I should say the sandboxes, because the sandboxes are way better than the pools. They're a lot tougher and they last a lot longer. If that's what you have to use, then that is a perfect option as well. But wallows, we've spent a lot of the day yesterday digging wallows, and where I put them, this one was already here, but I've got them right by spigots, so they are easy to fill. They're nice and big. We got the shade cloth over top of them because they are in the sun most of the day. This is Henry, Betty White, and Dandelion. Betty White will be having some piglets hopefully here in a couple months. She was bred when we put her in, so she's starting. I don't know if you can see it very well, but you can kind of see that side starting to bulge out a little bit. It's an early sign that she will be having some piglets, but she's got a month and a half, little ways to go here before she has piglets. But this is the first one. We had the wallows here. The worst part was at the back of the farm and right over here. Ryder and Willow. Let's check them out. All right, these two pig groups back here were the most important. You can see Ryder and Willow. They are basically in the center of our property. No trees around, but they do have a shade cloth, so they do have shade. And last video, they had a pool, and the pool just wasn't cutting it. You can see Ryder, he's been swimming. So I came out with the tractor the other day. I used the pool in a different area for pigs that don't have access. So the pool was a good option for them. And I just dug this up bigger, and we're running hoses from that spigot. I don't know, where is it? There it is right there. That spigot right there for these two groups back here. And it has worked out well. They're holding water pretty good. I dig them out and I run through with the tractor just to make sure they're holding water. They do get low, and I just bring the hoses and I'll fill them up. And these pigs have enjoyed it. They were getting hot. They did have a pool, but it is not the same, especially when they're bigger. The pools work pretty good for the younger piglets as well because they fit in them better. These big ones, they're like beached whales when they get in a pool. But this spot has been great. This is Willow, and she has been bred and already getting big, if you can see, and she's got a couple months left. So I don't know if it's a lot of piglets or what's in there, but I'll tell you what, it did make us feel better during the day knowing that they have this wallow here. They can jump in and cool themselves down. As you guys probably already know if you've been watching, pigs don't sweat, so they need a way to cool down. Also, Ryder, I think he might be my favorite boar on the farm. He's got some big old floppy ears. He's super gentle as far as with the females. You got a hairball? He doesn't like blast them out of the way when they're eating. He'll normally go to the other bowl. He's just gentle, very good with the females. He does have some big old tusks there, so you always got to be aware of that. But he is a very nice boar, and when he runs, he's probably not going to do it here. He's got some big old floppy ears on him, so he's probably my favorite on the farm. But back here was the other one that needed it bad. They had a big sandbox in here. It had a crack in it. It wasn't holding water very well, and as you can see, there's no trees around this one either. It's just the way our property's laid out. Whenever they don't have trees, we do put up a shade cloth for them, so that works out pretty well, but they still needed a wallow to get into, so we dug this up, and you could just tell they were very grateful for that. Now the goal is to put another little pig hut in that back corner. You can see there's shade. We can run them in the trees. There's just only so many hours in a day, so that is a goal, to build another one of these huts and move it over there. But we did the same thing. I used a tractor. It's not the easiest thing to dig with a bucket, especially when you operate things like I do, but we've got a big old wallow here for them, and they can get in there, get down under that water, looking like yard hippos. We posted a little short about that. If you haven't seen that short, I'll post it here. You can check it out. But Big Mabel, Shiloh, and Willowbean. Willowbean is the daughter of Willow, who we were just at up there. Mabel, she is a monster. She is almost 3. She'll be 3 in August. We have not been able to get her bred yet, so hopefully she'll take, but that's just the way it is sometimes. Willowbean, have not seen her bred yet, but we're also hoping that she has taken as well. So anyway, that's not the important part of the video. The important part is getting them to be able to relax and get comfortable in this hot weather, and these wallows and shade cloths have been doing that. So like I said, you guys can see our property lines of trees, other property lines right here. There's no shade really on our property, so we have to use shade cloths, and the wallows have been a big help. So check out Shiloh here, and then we'll run up to the piglet barn. What you doing, bud? That's what I was wanting to get. Video you guys playing in your wallows. Only got one taker so far. It's cooled down a little bit, so you guys really haven't needed them, huh? Oh, Willow, she loves the water. She is definitely a yard hippo. All right, had a little scare this morning. So we were digging a wallow here for 2 Louise on the end. So I'd taken down this fence, went in, dug it, dumped my dirt, got her out here, and forgot to put this fence up. So the piglets were, and her, were missing in action this morning. But we wandered around the yard, found them. She had all her piglets with her, and crisis was averted. So anyway, we dug her a nice wallow. Got all shade cloths for all the mamas. Shade cloth here, shade cloth for Thistle, and the end pen is Barb's pen, and you saw we moved her out with the other mamas. But 2 Louise's piglets stayed with her. They were way in the back of the yard eating some clover and enjoying life, and she seemed to know exactly where she wanted to go and what she needed. But we've got wallows here for her. We took a pool here for Thistle, and she's doing all right with the pool. The best thing about the pool is we got the hoses right here. We can fill that up. Thistle's in there feeding the babies. Except one of these babies doesn't belong, as usual, this big hog. So what we are doing, hi Thistle, someone said you looked like you were 80 years old and had your first litter. I can't believe it. Although you do kind of look pretty old. So what we were doing, you seen the videos where she was letting these pigs come in. This pig here, this one's not supposed to be over here, but she had kind of adopted 2 of these piglets, and so we're just going to let her do that because 2 Louise had 9 piglets over there, and that's a lot of piglets for a mama. So we thought if 2 of them come over here, she only has 7. Thistle can easily nurse 5 of them. So the one there, the Try, is one of them. and that belted one was the other one. This white one here with the ginger butt is not supposed to be over here, so you need to go over there. So I've been working with this fence, and it's popping a little hotter, but you can see obviously not too well. But anyway, we're gonna let those two stay over here with her, just so Louise has it easier, and she's only nursing 7 instead of 9, and she'll have 5. So we'll remember which ones they are. But as for now, that's the story. You can see extras are going over there. Here's Barb's piglets. Like we said, we just took Barb. Well, they're hiding over there. There's 3 of them outside. We took Mama off or out today, and so they are in here right now, but they will be making the trip over here to the piglet pen, and there are 12 piglets in here. So I'm gonna get this extra pool in there, and then we'll talk about how the piglets are doing. Hey, don't knock over my camera. All right, you can see the pigs are enjoying the pools. I put that extra one in here because we do have 12 already in here. And once we bring Barb's piglets over, there will be 20 piglets in here. So anyway, they have been doing great. I think they finally started sleeping in the pig loo. They slept outside for a couple nights, which is not a big deal. Like I said, it is warm outside, so it does not matter if they are in there at night. You can see they can get in and out of those pools, so you don't have to worry about them getting stuck in there. But how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? And these guys are really warming up to us. Ever since I picked them up, you know, they were a little skittish of me at first after they get picked up, but they are all settled in nicely. So we'll get Barb's piglets over here, and we will have all of our older piglets out of the barn. But these guys are nice and cool. We're trying to stay nice and cool. The main thing is we're able to keep our animals nice and cool. So that's what's been going on here at the farm this week. Knocking out a lot of projects, dealing with the temperature. So hope you guys are having a great week wherever you're at. We appreciate you following along on the channel, and don't forget to make the change. Not much has changed in here since we started. Cal, you staying nice and cool?